I'm going to show you how to make images like the ones you see here in the background and turn them either into ads or content or use them within your products. This is going to be pretty simple, and we're going to use two tools, one you definitely know about and one you might not. The first one is going to be Claude. Unless you've been under a rock, you know exactly what that is. And the second one is going to be Higgsfield. Higgsfield is an image generator. I started off with Midjourney back in the day, but Higgsfield, I believe, is the newest champion because it does not have its own proprietary image generation software like Midjourney does. It basically taps into all the newest models. So you can change on the dime to all these different models here, and as they make updates, your Higgsfield is automatically updated as well, which is nice. So the goal is going to get you to be able to create images like you see here within Claude's interface. I'm going to walk you through the setup, and then we're also going to do a sample of what you can do. So the first step is to get a Higgsfield account. You can go with the lowest cost version, which is what I do. And then once you do, you'll go ahead to the top row and click on MCP and CLI. They've recently moved it here, so it's nice and convenient. If it's not there, go ahead and check your account. But for the most part, most of you watching this will see it here. Secondly, you can see here we have MCP, CLI, and skill. You're going to go ahead and click on the MCP. CLI is the terminal version, MCP is the chat version, and we're going to be using this for our project. So you can see that it lays it out pretty clearly here, but to show you it in action, we're going to hop over into Claude. Within Claude, you're going to have this plus sign in any new chat. Just go ahead and start a new chat. You can click on this plus sign here, scroll down to connectors, manage connectors, and then click on this plus here to add a connector. You can go ahead and add a custom one, name it whatever you'd like, but I'm going to name it Higgs, obviously for simplicity's sake. And then this URL is going to be exactly what they give you right here. Bing, bang, boom, click it in, hit add, and then it's going to walk you through like a Google sign-in, basically a connection of your account. Once you click this button, it'll pull up your information automatically as long as you're within the same browser. Click on allow, and then it'll go ahead and be connected. And then you'll make a couple adjustments here and you'll be good to go. So you can see that it's connected to Higgs. The main adjustment I was talking about is going to be from taking this from needs approval to always allow. This is basically just allowing it to search your files, get the prompt, and then actually generate an image. So that's actually all the setup you really need. Now I'm just going to show you a simple process of what it's like to create with Higgsfield in Claude. And we're going to do that by creating a simple ad. So if you don't know, David Ogilvy is one of the godfathers of advertising. We're going to be taking one of his famous ones, the man in the Hathaway shirt. This is like the original Dos Equis, most interesting man in the world. This is, if you read the copy, it's just describing how this man is kind of fancy, cool, interesting, and he wears a Hathaway shirt. So back in Claude, what I'm going to do is just turn on transcription and describe what we're going to do. And then I'm also going to give it a reference image that we'll find in a bit. We are going to recreate the man in the Hathaway shirt ad by David Ogilvy. I will be giving you a reference image, and we'll be doing it for a sparkling water brand named Aura, A-R-A. And it's going to be a simple editorial style ad meant for social media. So we'll do that. In the meantime, we're going to hop over into Pinterest and look up a reference image. In Pinterest, I'm just going to type in strongman. Got a lot of cool stuff going on. I'm going to do something that's kind of like aspirational. I have a lot of this kind of gym content in my feed. You might have some as well. Let me see. I like this one here. This one's actually got some real aura, if you will. The fact that it doesn't show his face is also cool because it kind of allows you to interject yourself there as the person who could potentially be on this beautiful lake house. So now that we have that reference image, I'm going to go ahead and go back to here. And it's asking me a couple of questions just to clarify, which is good because what I had here is not a complete prompt. The prompt that we want to get to is something that is what I would call cinematography focused. Basically, you want to have the objective things that the camera can see. Like, what is the subject? What is the camera's point of view? What is the lighting like? What are the other objects in the frame and stuff like that? If you give it something too subjective, like you want it to feel like a certain mood or a certain taste, it won't always do a good job. So I'm going to go ahead and drag this image in here. It's going to go ahead and take that in, and then I'm going to go ahead and answer some of these basic questions. I want it to have a luxury feel. You can see the reference image here. There is a figure facing out from a lake house. There is no face shown, but you can see the muscles on his back. And it is basically aspirational and kind of luxurious. So we're going to feed it that, and let's see if it asks us some more questions or if it goes ahead and gives us the prompt. Oh my God, I forgot to turn on the Higgs connector, and Claude's doing its best to give us an ad here. I appreciate the effort, buddy, but that is just not the quality we're looking for. So I'm going to type in, do it with the Higgs connector. Oh my God. Look at this man's back. Look at this. Look at the aura. Look at the aura. Oh my God. A noble attempt here, Claude, but we're going to go ahead and do this with the Higgs connector. All right, so it went ahead and selected Nano Banana Pro, which is awesome because that's what I would have chosen anyways. It's using a 4:5 crop because I told it it's going for social media and it's going for Instagram. I love how it makes those decisions, but if you want to get more specific, you can always go ahead and clarify that within there. And if you want to take a look at the prompt itself, you can look at it here. This is formatted in JSON, and if you look at this, as I said prior, it's going to be giving a lot more detail as to like the specifics in a cinematography based way. So you can see muscular back is visible. We have 50mm lens. We have very specific things as far as like lighting. We have other small inspirations. We have italic serif, very specific things for the most part, not a lot of like moods. There is some stuff in there, but for the most part, it's like objective things that you can see. All right, and there you go. It is very simple in a lot of ways. I do like the overall composition. A couple things are sticking out as a little odd, just like the lines seem like a little bit irregular, and I'd rather have this flat and straightforward. So, and I'd like to have this typography be a little bit more aligned. So if I want to make some edits, you can actually go ahead and do that right in here. And what it'll do is actually rewrite the original prompt and resend it. You're not actually editing like this directly. You're giving it a brand new prompt with these edits incorporated. Small technical detail, but it does matter for people that are kind of deeper into this. So let's give it some edits. Overall good. Just make sure that the building is not in the frame. Only show the deck/pier that the man is standing on. Make sure the line of the pier is completely horizontal. Also add in a bit more typography hierarchy, meaning the main headline is a bit bolder. Then you have the brand name. Then you have the sub headline. Also beef up the contrast just a little bit, and also make the man's back a little whiter, make him a bit more physically impressive. So once again, it's going to go ahead and call the Nano Banana Pro. It is rewriting all of this to include everything that I have here, inspired by the initial prompt. And then it's going to go ahead and send me that visual. And again, in this prompt here, I was being a bit more direct as to what I want to see. Not just a mood, not just little things here and there, but like specifically, if I were filming a video and I needed to tell the person holding the camera exactly what I want to see in the frame, that's how you should be talking to Higgsfield. Oh. All right, there we go. So a little bit more physically impressive. The horizon line is better. I don't like this text and the way it's laid out down here, but one step that you could do if you have the chops for it is basically take this and just take the visual element of it and then take it into something like Canva or Figma. So in Figma, what you could do is simply paste that image that you got, and then you can basically handle the text itself. Just say you have aura, that is the sparkling water. We want to change it to something a bit cooler. Let's fake a charron, aura down here or here. I don't like this font actually. That's actually cooler. We're going to go here and we're going to type in sparkling water. Drop this down to like here. And I'm actually going to change water to hydration. Yeah, that's a lot cooler. And we're going to center this. We're going to go here, take this away, center that, and go bold. And then we're going to change this to 36. We're going to reduce this spacing here, there. We're also going to make this medium, and we're actually going to go, okay, small little thing here, just some drop shadow, and we're going to make it a little bit darker, and we're going to make it a little bit more blurred. So not exactly a game-changing ad, but something that you could put out or at least use as a reference to create a bunch of other ads. And then as you get more comfortable with these tools, you can start to really fine-tune them. And then again, if you have any sort of background in Adobe or Figma, you can really take it in and make some adjustments. You can also, by the way, edit the exposure, contrast, and stuff like that within Figma as well. So you can really get the type of look that you're looking for and hopefully do something for your brand or for your product. So that was a basic quick tip on how to do this. It is something that I use for my marketing and also for my products. I'll use this for assets for hero sections or placeholder images or things like that, and also for advertising the product itself. If you want to learn more about building software, take a look at my channel. Otherwise, hope you enjoyed.